The screen in Theater 7 went black just as the words flashed bright and red. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 only in cinemas December 16th. The crowd gasped. Popcorn fell. The lights flickered once, twice, then went out. From the darkness behind the screen, something moved. A metal foot scraped the floor. Someone screamed. Then the emergency doors slammed shut on their own. And that was the moment everyone realized this was not part of the movie. The sound of slow, heavy breathing echoed through the theater, deep and hollow, like it came from inside a metal chest. The screen turned back on by itself, glowing blue. A shadow appeared on it, tall ears, sharp teeth, glowing eyes. Freddy Fazbear was not on the screen anymore. He was inside the cinema. Before anyone could run, the power cut again. Everything went silent. And no one knew who would make it out. Earlier that day, December 16th, felt normal. 12-year-old Ethan Parker had been counting the days for weeks. Five Nights at Freddy's was his favorite game ever, and now the second movie was finally coming out, only in cinemas. No streaming. No waiting. Just one night, one big screen, and a packed theater. Ethan sat in the back row with his best friend Lucas Reed and his older sister Mia Parker, who was supposed to keep an eye on them, but mostly just texted on her phone. The theater smelled like butter and soda. Kids laughed. Teens argued about seats. Parents whispered. Posters of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy stared down from the walls. Their eyes seemed to follow Ethan as he walked past. "Why do they always look creepy?" Lucas asked. "That's the point," Ethan said, smiling. "They're supposed to scare you." Mia rolled her eyes. "It's just a movie." But Ethan noticed something strange. One of the posters was new. It didn't look printed. The colors were faded, like it was old. At the bottom, instead of a release date, it had one sentence. "You should not have come back." Ethan blinked. When he looked again, the poster was normal. The lights dimmed. The movie began. The crowd cheered when the title appeared. The story on screen showed a closed pizza place, broken animatronics, and a new night guard starting his shift. It was scary, but fun scary. The kind where you laugh after you jump. Halfway through the movie, Ethan heard a soft clang. It came from behind the theater wall. Then another. The sound wasn't in the movie. Ethan knew because the other sound stopped for a second. Lucas leaned closer. "Did you hear that?" Before Ethan could answer, the screen froze. The film burned into white static. The speakers hissed. A calm voice spoke, slow and clear. "Employees, please remain in your seats." People laughed at first. They thought it was a cool trick. A promo. Something special for opening night. Then the side door creaked open. A tall shape stepped inside. Its eyes glowed yellow. Metal fingers tapped together. Mia grabbed Ethan's arm. "This isn't funny anymore." The thing tilted its head, like it was listening. Then it took one heavy step forward. And the theater doors locked with a loud, final clang. The loud clang echoed through the theater, and panic exploded. People jumped from their seats. Someone cried. Someone else shouted for help. The glowing eyes near the door moved slowly, side to side, as if counting everyone in the room. Ethan's heart hammered. He could hear it in his ears. "Stay low," Mia whispered, pulling Ethan and Lucas down between the seats. "Don't run yet." The animatronic stepped forward. Its metal joints groaned with every move. The dim blue light from the screen showed its face clearly now. It was Freddy, but not the clean, shiny one from the movie. This Freddy was scratched and cracked. One ear was bent. His smile was wide and wrong. The screen flickered again. Text appeared in big white letters. "Welcome back. Showtime has begun." Freddy turned his head toward the screen, then back to the crowd. He raised one hand and waved slowly. A man near the front tried to open the emergency door. He pulled and pulled, but it wouldn't move. Freddy's head snapped toward the sound. He took a fast step. The man screamed and ran down the aisle. Freddy followed, faster than anyone expected. Seats flipped. Popcorn flew. The lights flashed red for 1 second. Then everything went quiet again. The man was gone. No one saw where he went. Lucas covered his mouth. His eyes were wide with fear. Where did he go? Ethan didn't answer. He couldn't. The speakers crackled. The same calm voice returned. Please remain calm. This experience is part of the event. That's a lie, someone yelled. This isn't real. The screen changed. It showed the inside of the theater from above, like a security camera. Red boxes circled people's heads as they moved. Ethan saw himself on the screen. Why are they filming us? Lucas whispered. Mia's phone buzzed. She looked down. Her face went pale. What? Ethan asked. Mia turned the phone so they could see. A message filled the screen. 5 Nights at Freddy's 2. Only in cinemas. December 16th. You are part of the story. Below it was a timer. 4 hours 59 minutes and 59 seconds. It started counting down. 5 hours? Lucas said. Why 5 hours? Ethan swallowed. 5 nights. 5 hours. It's the same thing. A loud bang hit the wall behind the screen. Then another. The screen cracked, showing sparks behind it. Something moved back there. Something tall and thin. A second animatronic pushed through. Bonnie. His eyes glowed purple. His jaw hung open, wires dangling like teeth. He stepped into the theater and looked around, slow and quiet. Now there were 2. People tried to hide. Some crawled under seats. Others ran toward the aisles, but Freddy blocked one side while Bonnie blocked the other. The voice spoke again. Complete the experience to exit. Fail, and remain forever. Complete what? Ethan shouted without thinking. The screen flashed. A message appeared just for a second. Survive until closing time. Freddy clapped his hands once. The lights shut off completely. Emergency lights turned on, glowing red. Shadows stretched across the walls. Bonnie vanished into the dark. Freddy stayed where he was, staring. Then the sound of children laughing played softly through the speakers. Lucas grabbed Ethan's sleeve. We need to move. Now. Mia nodded. Bathrooms. Now. They crawled, then ran, staying low. Behind them, metal footsteps followed, but slow, like Freddy wanted them to hear. They reached the hallway and slammed the bathroom door shut. Inside, it was dark and quiet. Too quiet. Ethan leaned against the sink, breathing hard. Then a stall door creaked open by itself. And purple light filled the room. Purple light spilled across the bathroom tiles, slow and cold, like moonlight made of metal. Ethan froze. Lucas stopped breathing. Mia slowly lifted her phone, but there was no signal, only a black screen reflecting her scared face. The stall door creaked wider. Bonnie stepped out. He was taller than the doorway, his head tilted to the side, his purple eyes glowing softly. One arm twitched like it was broken. The wires inside his chest moved, curling and uncurling as if they were alive. No one screamed. They couldn't. Bonnie stood still, listening. Drip. 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 A broken sink leaked water onto the floor. The sound echoed too loud in the small room. Bonnie's head snapped toward it. That was their chance. Mia grabbed Ethan's hand and pulled him toward the exit. Lucas followed, almost slipping on the wet floor. They burst into a hallway just as Bonnie took one heavy step forward. The hallway lights flickered red and white. Behind them, Bonnie let out a low, broken hum, like a song played backward. They ran. Posters lined the walls, all of them now changed. Freddy's face smiled wider. Chica's eyes were black. Foxy looked like he was running straight at them. Text was scratched into the walls. No hiding after hours. They reached the concession area. The popcorn machine was still on, popping by itself. Soda cups floated slowly in the air, shaking like something invisible was walking through them. Lucas pointed. The control room. The staff room. Mia nodded. If this is like the game, there has to be cameras. Power. Something. They slipped behind the counter and pushed through a door marked Employees Only. Inside was a small security room. Monitors covered the walls. Every camera showed a different part of the cinema: hallways, theaters, exits, bathrooms. And on every screen, red words blinked. Power, limited. A bar below it slowly drained. Ethan stared at the cameras. We're really inside it, he whispered. The game. The movie. All of it. Lucas pointed at one screen. Freddy. Freddy stood in Theater 7, center aisle, staring straight up at the camera. His eyes flicked left. Then right. Then directly into the lens. The screen zoomed in by itself. Freddy smiled. The speakers in the room turned on. Security access detected, the voice said. Good choice. Monitoring increases survival chance. Mia slammed her hand on the desk. How do we get out? The screen changed again. A map of the cinema appeared. 5 rooms blinked one by one. Theater. Hallway. Bathroom. Storage. Exit. Below it. Complete all rooms before power runs out. The power bar dropped another line. Lucas shook his head. That's not fair. Ethan swallowed. It was never fair in the game either. A loud crash echoed from the hallway outside the room. The camera switched automatically. Bonnie stood outside the door. His hand lifted. Knock. 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 The door rattled. Mia backed away. We can't stay here. Another crash, this time from the ceiling. A vent cover fell to the floor. Something crawled past the camera lens, fast and sharp. Foxy. His red eyes flashed for half a second before the camera cut out. Camera lost. The power bar dropped again. Ethan made a choice. We split. Both Mia and Lucas stared at him. No, Mia said. We stay together. If we do, they corner us, Ethan said. His voice shook, but he kept going. One of us can distract them. The others hit the rooms. Lucas swallowed hard. I'll do it. No, Ethan said quickly. I will. Before anyone could stop him, Ethan opened the door and ran. Bonnie's head snapped toward him instantly. Ethan sprinted down the hallway, his shoes slapping the floor. Alarms blared. Lights flashed red. The sound of metal footsteps chased him, getting closer. He ducked into the storage room and slammed the door. Inside were boxes, old costumes, broken animatronic parts. A Freddy head sat on a shelf, eyes dark. The lights went out. The door handle slowly turned. Ethan backed up, his heart pounding. Behind him, the Freddy head's eyes lit up. And it started to laugh.